And they were roommates. Welcome back to Pentiment. If you missed the 2 hours of Holy Roman Empire Simulator, I have several leads to follow, but where should I start? I could take the Lucky Stein out. Talk to Lucky Steinauer, probably work in front of the house. The widow Kempurian, living south of here, near Fratz Bauer. Prior Ferenc is usually at the scriptorium, but I won't be able to talk to him until tomorrow. Speaking of the scriptorium, I really should look at what Ferenc was talking about in that book yesterday. Still, nothing would prevent me from talking to Mother Cecilia in the convent, but if I don't attend Brother Florian's examination of the Abbey, he'll have to do it without me. Totally not planning on sacking anything? What? Alright, so, if you did not see what happened, we are an apprentice to this church. We are doing, like, book copying and artistry, and we are our specific backstory that we chose was being, like, a studier of religions and also of occult practices, because why wouldn't we? A patron or like a noble came into town, badmouthed the church, and got murdered, and we don't know who it was. Our friend is blamed for it, but most likely our friend did not do it. So now we are going to investigate these leads. So we are going to go... This is Name of the Rose Simulator. I don't even know what that means. So we are going to go back to the scriptorium and look at the body. It was a book and a movie about a murder in a monastery. Investigate. Okay, we can go investigate. We're going to look at the body first. Oh, multiple murders. Andreas, this way. We're going to look at the body, then we're going to go look at the scriptorium. That's the plan. There you are. I'm glad the storm didn't delay you. Now, even though I gave instructions that I was not to be disturbed, we must work quickly. Seeing a corpse up close can be unsettling for some. I hope you're up to it. I have seen many animal corpses in the wild in various states of decay. Human death is also part of nature. Yes, but the understanding of its significance is unique to humans. The corpse of a man you once walked and talked with. Excuse me, it just isn't the same, even if it may seem so in the rational mind. Now then, you should probably take notes as we go. This might be useful for later. Of course. Oh, he's just up on here. I will begin by inspecting his anterior, starting with the face and head. No visible wounds, no blemishes, teeth in good condition, nothing unusual. Hang on, let's prime it. Okay, it works. Neck, shoulders, and chest are ordinary. I need to clean some blood away to examine the torso. Yes, there it is, a puncture wound between the 6th and 7th rib. Your character has very chiseled cheekbones, like he's been sharpening them. Probably. He probably has been. It's fairly shallow, though I estimate it's penetrated only about an inch, and it likely came from his own hand. Wait, he inflicted on himself? How can you tell? That doesn't sound deep enough to have killed him? It wasn't. It was likely incidental, received when falling on his own knife. He must have some other wound that issued forth all the blood we found him in. Who do you think killed him? I don't know. I can't even speculate. All I can do is examine the body and hope that you can figure out the rest. Simply pointing out the implausibility of Brother Piero striking the fatal blow may not be enough to convince the Archdeacon. Brother Piero never should have picked up the knife. I'm sure the appearance of guilt never even crossed his mind. Now then, let's move on. Well, there is a sore on his sex, probably from the French disease. I doubt it had anything to do with this murder. I'm not familiar with it. It was first discovered 20 years ago by French soldiers visiting brothels in Naples. Anyways, it seems that the Baron was not the most faithful husband, not uncommon among the nobility. I would expect a monk to be more shocked by this. I spent many years as a mercenary. Sex and death are common companions in the world. Besides, sex isn't all that rare, even in an abbey. Between the brothers? It's not relevant to our examination, Andreas. Let's continue. Let's go. Other than a few blisters on his feet from what I assume are new shoes, there's nothing wrong with his legs. Andreas, can you help me turn him over? Did you just hit on him? Of course. I'm ready on it. Okay. There's a slight irregularity in his spine, probably from an old injury. I don't think it has anything to do with how he died, though. How could that have happened? I have no idea. Whatever the reason, it didn't contribute to his death. Here it is, a rather dramatic head wound. The dark hair and the blood make it difficult to see, but it's quite bad. In my experience, I've never seen someone walk away from a head wound of this severity. How many head wounds? I'm going to say nothing. The wounds look like it was caused by a single powerful blow from a blunt object, probably no more than 4 or 5 inches across. How can you tell? The skull is cracked in a single spot, and the impression of skin around it. How do I get rid of that? Is there a way I could... How do I do that? How do I fix this? Whatever. The skull is cracked in a single spot, and there's a clear impression in the skin around it. It would take extraordinary precision to hit the same spot twice unless the Baron were already dead. It's likely he didn't die immediately. How long he could have survived for? I've seen similar injuries in battle. The victims don't last more than a few minutes, but it's an agonizing death. Even so, he couldn't have wandered far from when the blow was first struck. So he may not have been attacked in the chapter house? He was either attacked in the chapter house or someplace in the immediate area. Could he have been attacked outside the abbey? No, I don't think so. With a wound like that, he would have collapsed before he got inside. And certainly someone would have seen him. Anyway, whatever killed the Baron was a blunt instrument of considerable heft. The part that impacted him was likely a little smaller than a fist. Could it have actually been a fist? No, I don't think the strongest soldier could do that with a punch unless the Baron's head was pressed to the ground. Even then, we would also see damage to his nose and forehead. Could a woman or an elderly person have done it? Anyone could have, given the right weapon and sufficient height. Whoever did this must have caught the Baron unaware, saved the small knife wound. He had no other injuries. I suppose that he was struck, drew his knife to defend himself, and fell on it before Brother Piero discovered him. So I believe we discovered two important things. Piero didn't stab the Baron, and even if he had, that isn't what killed him. Indeed, though it may take more to convince the Archdeacon of Brother Piero's innocence. And we also know that the Baron was killed by a blow to the head from a heavy, blunt object. Now you just need to find what caused the blow and learn who struck it. Oh, there's one other item of interest. I found it in the Baron's jacket, but didn't want to open it without you. Why am I so important? I'm important because I'm a third party in this, technically. A note of some kind. I trust you to open it more carefully than I would. What does it say? The girl who died and the innocent with her, Matin's chapter. Monastic hour corresponding to 2 a.m. It is useful for night prayer. The girl who died and the innocent with her, Matin's chapter. The girl, what girl and what innocent? One of the nuns? It's been years since any of the nuns have died. Perhaps Mother Cecilia would remember. Can you tell who wrote it? Someone with an extremely refined hand. This was done without any guides. As good as Adok and Guy are, I don't think they could replicate this. Really? If not them, who? I intend to find out. I wish you luck finding the answer. Now, I'm sorry to rush you, but I must ask you leave. Every minute you stay here is an additional Are you expecting someone? Brother Florian, can you open up? It's Werner Stultz, the physician from Tassing. Yes, I'm in the middle of something. Could you return after supper? I'm afraid it can't wait. Father Gernot asked me to examine the Baron's body. All right, just give me a moment. Andreas, I need you to hide yourself. Of course. He's a looker. Dr. Stultz. Sorry to keep you waiting. Now, what did you need? The abbot wants me to examine the Baron's body before his wife arrives. It seems unnecessary at this point, and I've just completed my own examination. Well, then what's the harm in letting me take a look? Dr. Stultz, with all respect, I finished the cause of death is clear. If you had arrived an hour ago, I would have had no problem with your assistance. Assistance? I'm a university-trained physician. I could examine a corpse on my own without the help of a battlefield sawbones. Gotta stay hidden? Regardless of your opinion regarding my abilities, the examination is finished. If you insist on inspecting the body anyway, I must insist that the abbot tells me himself. What? Making me bring the abbot here is a waste of time. So is performing an examination on this corpse immediately after one was just completed. Idiotic. I'll return with Father Gernot presently. Get owned, bitch. That was close. Now, quickly leave through the cloister before they return. Of course. Thank you, Brother Florian. You just wanted to fondle them. Think of nothing of it. I'll see you tomorrow. Until then. Can't get that note out of my head. The girl who died and the innocent with her. It's a pregnancy? A pregnant woman died? What could it mean, and who wrote it? A pregnant woman must have died. It's gotta be that. I gotta go eat? Alright, I guess I gotta eat. Am I going the right way? I guess I'm not. Oh, I just gotta go anywhere to eat? Let's go eat in the forest. Where am I? Master Mailer? Yes? We met once before. I think you were drawing something by the waterfall? I'm Smokey. Well, Adam, but people call me Smokey. You're the charcoal burner. Yes, I have to stay out here in the forest near the kiln. Is there anything I can do for you? Would you mind if I joined you for a meal? Are you sure? Yes. Well, then, I suppose you're welcome. This all right with you, Vaxlav? I suppose. All right, good, good. Bless us, O Lord, and these your gifts, which I'll be about to receive from your bounty, through Christ our Lord. Amen. 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 My back. It hurts. Thank you for the hospitality. Of course, we're glad to have you. How else will Vaxlav get his town gossip? That trussy. Stop, I don't. All right, I was only kidding. I enjoy the songs of the little birds, and then I'll sing if you will. No, I don't. I didn't take you for much of a gossiper, no offense. I'm not, and none taken. Don't sulk about it, then. I would like to eat the almonds first. In truth, I'm the gossip, Master Maller. I can't carouse with proper people, but I like to know what's going on. I would like to eat the cheese next. If you tell me some of your gossip, I'll tell you some of mine. I haven't heard anything to share lately. But you know, you and Vaxlav, you must hear all kinds of things. You're not wrong about that. Smokey, gossip makes trouble and gets people hurt. When you become such an old woman, Vaxlav, you're no fun at all. No one's getting hurt, we're just telling stories. Alright then, what have you heard? Vaxlav knows something about the prior, don't you, Vaxlav? Why are you dragging me into this? Look, either you tell the story, or I'll tell my version of it. Stupid. Fine. A few weeks back, I saw that man, the Hungarian, in the woods. He was doing some kind of ritual with blood. That's not a good sign. The use of blood is often associated with black magic. Black magic? Well, I don't care what color it is. It sounds bad to me. Whose blood was it? His. He cut his hand in the middle of the ritual and dripped some blood into a cup, I think. He kept repeating some phrase over and over. Sex Lux 10 every or something. Lux? Do you mean Lux? Et tenebris Lux? It means light from darkness. He was just looking for a goth girlfriend. Scared you, didn't it, Vaxlav? Well, I don't mind if people have strange beliefs. Let people do what they want. That's based. I just don't like blood. What's inside the body should stay inside. Some invocations require a blood sacrifice to the spirit as something material to work on. I'm not telling him that. Could be witchcraft? Could be. I wouldn't know. Sounds strange anyways. Don't be too quick to judge. People get killed over those kind of accusations. You heard anything else lately? This feels like it's going to get me in trouble. Ferenc, the prior at Curacao, has a special interest in magic. The Hungarian? Pfft, he has more than an interest. Never mind. Forget I said anything. No, tell him the whole thing, Vaxlav. Tell him what you saw. A few weeks ago, I saw that man, the Hungarian, in the woods. He was doing some kind of ritual with blood. Oh! My God. Well, I don't think it was that devilish. He just said something in Latin, cut his hand. He kept repeating the same phrase over and over. Sex, Luke's 10, every, or something. How did that happen? How did I get more information? I'm on appeal, exchange release, and I just light the blood. What's inside the body should stay inside. Light from darkness isn't that bad of a thing to be chanting. It's a common theme in the Gospel of John. If you say so, never seen Father Thomas in the forest cutting his hand before Mass. You heard anything else lately? Nothing else comes to mind. Well, the good brothers and sisters at the Abbey may have the townsfolk fooled, but not Old Smoky. They get up to all sorts of things in these woods. It was from a tree that the man first learned of sin. It's only fitting for men to sit beneath one. He's seen some things. That's a whole lot of sinning going on, I'll tell you what. Smoky. Oh, please, no one around here cares if I live or die. They sure don't care about what I say to people. Until they do, fine, say what you want. You know that monk and nun who do the shopping in town? Brother Wojlav and Sister Matilda? Well, they do more than shop together. Is this medieval King of the Hill? They meet in the woods sometimes where no one can see. No one except Old Smoky. And do the things adults do, you understand? Smoky. What? It's true! The abbot would be furious if he knew. I assume Mother Cecilia would be as well. That's dangerous. The church shut down all of the old double monasteries for things like this. Let's just do this. Well, then don't tell them. It's not like any of those folks are going to come down here to talk to me. Sister Gertrude talks to you. Well, yes, but other than her. You heard anything else lately? No, nothing. No matter. There's plenty more to tell. Well, the whole town's built on Roman ruins, right? Pieces of old town sitting underneath the abbey, too. Hundreds of years ago, the Romans built all sorts of things up here. Then one day, they just vanished. We built on their old bones. You still have to be careful when you step in this forest. You're liable to fall into an old ruin. Or get scared halfway to the grave by a ghost. It's true, Smokey saw a ghost. You're kidding me. Oh, I love ghost stories. As do I, but this is not a story. It was late in the evening. The moon was high, painting the leaves all soft and silver. I heard a rustling in the meadow, like wind through the grass, like whispers. I looked up. This is my favorite part. This is good. And there he was, standing in the meadow like he carved out of moonlight, bent near in half. He looks at me and it's like I've been speared straight through to my soul. Just these two eyes, like dark pools, boring right into me. And his edges, the borders of him, they shimmer. So hard it hurts to look straight at him. I can't help it. I blink. Like God himself closed my eyes. The chill wind blows through me, the very breath of winter. And when I look back, he's gone. Let me eat some jerky real quick. By the way, the jerky video will be released on Saturday. So 2 days from today, and like 5 days after this VOD's probably uploaded. Go follow my main YouTube channel, bitches. I love that story. Maybe you really did see a ghost. Anyway, these ruins are haunted. Hey, Smokey, I have to get back to sharpening knives for the Albans. All right, enough talking. Good to see you, Master Maller. Drop by again sometime. Thank you for having me, Smokey. Until next time. Should get some sleep. Bro, I'm gonna run out of time. I have a feeling I'm gonna run out of time. How do I get home? Fuck. Isn't this not my house? Oh, down the road. Okay. Go to sleep. One day and 14 hours remain. Oh. Annie. Good morning. Oh, it's not morning. It's the middle of the night, Ursula. What are you doing up? I see. Would you like me to tell you a story? Would that help you sleep? Let me tell you the story of a little girl who haunted the sleepy artist. There was once a little girl about your age who was sold with a basket of oranges. I don't know which is scarier. That. Once there was an artist who was working very hard to complete a commission in his own masterpiece. And he lodged with a family of farmers while he was working at the abbey. The family was kind, but they had a little girl who would poke the artist in the foot with a stick when he was sleeping. Is this sounding familiar yet? When she did this, the artist couldn't get a good night's sleep. So his art wasn't as good as it should have been. And the artist needed his work to be perfect, so it made him very sad. But the little girl just kept poking him in the foot with a stick while he was asleep. Like she didn't care at all. I have to choose between gaslighting her or being like, you know, I could sell you with a basket of fruit and nobody would fucking know. Like, what? What? But it was alright. The artist knew it wasn't her fault. She was just a little girl having trouble sleeping. So he told her a story. Good night, Ursula. Prime. Wait, where the fuck am I now? want to talk to... I gotta look in the scriptorium book. Which I don't know if I'm going to be able to do while I'm working. And I want to go talk to the church lady. She's in here, right? Shouldn't she be in here? Gertrude. Marguerite. Do you think Brother Pierre really murdered the Baron? No, of course not. Oh, then why did Father Abbot have to put him in the cellar? Father Abbott is afraid of what will happen if we can't figure out who the killer really is. Do you think the devil could appear here at Curacao? If the devil could appear to Christ at Gethsemane, he could appear to us anywhere. I didn't see the devil, but I think I smell his odor. The night before the Baron was killed, I woke before matins, and I smelled something in the old dormitory. It was strange, moss and sulfur mixed with frankincense and roses. It moved through the room. I wanted to scream, but I was so frightened, and then it was gone. I'm ashamed that I didn't cry out, but I didn't know what to do. I don't know that I would have done anything better, sister. That's small comfort, but thank you. Thank you. So, she smelled something in the cloister. I don't think that helps me. We're going to go look at the scriptorium book. I keep loading this map too much because I don't know the map very well. What up, man? I don't know the map, but then I know the map. I wonder what Prior Ferenc was doing with this book. From the library of the University of Five Churches. The Hungarians call it PEX. That's where Ferenc is from. Doctor of Theology, George of Gran. A friend of his? Am I not able to read it because I chose the wrong language? Okay, I can't. Oh, wait. Ah. The Speculum Astronomae. Albertus Magnus's defense out of astrology. Renowned 13th century Dominican theologian, philosopher, astrologer, and bishop of Regensbury. Prolific writer. He was known primarily for his works on Aristotle and his knowledge of natural science. Sloppy bookhand. Couldn't have been produced by an abbey of note. What the fuck? Assembly Frank's handwriting between the lines and the margins. Is he notating the text of the University of Pex? Is he notating the text for his personal use? In any case, it's thorough commentary. What's this? It looks scribbled, not like Ferenc to be so sloppy. And he didn't even blot the ink dry. Libra, Capricorn, Aries, all astrological symbols. What's written below? Greek to be sure. That doesn't make any sense. That's not even a word. It's just jumbled letters. Must be some kind of cipher. What's the key? I suppose I'll figure it out in due time, but I'll copy this down in the reference later. Solve pharynx cipher. Good day, Andreas. Interesting. I wonder where we go now. Oh, hello. Oh, okay, goodbye. Andreas, I'm sorry about what is happening to Brother Piero. I don't know him well, but I find it hard to believe he could have killed the Baron. He didn't. I'm going to figure out who... Do you have any idea who might have done it? Did you see anything? Sadly, no. Most mornings I spend my time reading in the courtyard, but the rain made that impossible. And although the brothers are friendly, I do not know them well enough to speculate. I am sorry. I know it might be far from your mind, but have you considered my offer to eat with you and the townspeople? The gospel says that man cannot live on bread alone, but from time to time, a little bread is required. I need to continue looking into the Baron's murder, perhaps later. Of course, I understand. God give you health. Until later. Okay. Okay, we got all these things we can investigate. That's a plant with a face on it. I gotta get out of this church. This is a beautiful game. I'm gonna go back into town. I'm gonna go to Franz Bowery and Widow Campion. France. Hey, Mallory, you see my son? I saw him running from the Abbey Thursday morning, actually. That fucking rat. That layabout was asleep when I went into the fields. He told his mother he was sick. He say anything to you? Like where he was going? He told me to eat shit, actually. God damn it, how many times have I told him? Must be his mother's influence. He sure as shit didn't learn that behavior from me. If you see him again, will you tell Kat? She's driving me crazy about it. I'll let Kat know if I run into him. Good. Until later, Maller. Till then. Is the town called France Dollar and Widow Camperian? Is that what I'm missing here? Is that what I'm not understanding? Are those people or places? Well, if it isn't the late Baron's new best friend. Nice to see you too, Otelia. Sarcasm, how original. What do you want? You must be bothering me for something. You never really talked. I thought it time to get acquainted. No one wants to talk to a surly old widow out of the goodness of their heart. No, I know your type. You want something from me. What is it, boy? Spit it out. Can a young man come to entertain an old widow out of simple Christian charity? No, go away. Please, I just want to ask you some questions about Lorenz Rothgall's murder. Of course you do. Not the first time Perchta answered my call. You want to know what I think? I'm glad he's dead. I hope whoever killed him gets the abbot next. Maybe burns the entire abbey to the ground. And that's all I have to say about it. What did the Baron do to earn your ire? What did I just tell you, boy? I don't have anything else to say on the matter. The life of an innocent man is at stake. One of the elderly brothers, can you spare a few minutes? You think I care about what happens to an old monk? Idiot. Kill them all, see if I care. Every agent of the church should die. Where is this anger coming from? Is it something I can help with? No! Well, maybe. Don't suppose those skinny arms of yours can hold more than a paintbrush. Hold on, are you asking me to do your chores? Are you too good to help an old woman out? City boy too fancy to collect firewood? What a surprise. I didn't say I wouldn't help. Fine, you do some things for me, maybe it'll jog my memory. But it's going to take a while. Lots of things been building up. Things I'm too old to do. You got someplace to be? We're going to run out of time, and we're not going to solve this murder, and then I'm going to have to replay the game, but I'm not going to do it on here. I have no other plans. I'm yours all morning. Been needing to collect some firewood, but I haven't been able to muster the energy. Let's gather you some sticks, then. No questions. Good. I've got one of those stomach pains that goes into my back. Doesn't feel good. I'm gonna play like this for a minute. Most of this felling is for the abbey's renovation and firewood. The town can only gather so many sticks. There are the trees Otto's been felling for the abbot. Break off that branch there, the big one. If you insist. Good. I like an obedient boy. Eat shit, Gernot. That's all the wood I need for a while. I might actually end early. I feel like shit right now. Ugh. Oh my god. Oh, fuck. Can't use all these sticks. They're too big. You need to break them down for me. Sure, break the sticks. Got it. I need the right side at a certain length, so break them and forget the leftover scrap. Where should I break them? I'll know when I see it. Now get snapping, boy. More than that. I need these smaller so they'll fit in the hearth. It's too big. You're not listening at all. Fine. More than that. That one should do nicely. Suppose that one's fine. That one should do nicely. I might be able to use some of these. Now come help me back at the house. Of course, lead on. I have some mementos from running here. They've gone crooked, and I can't reach. Could you hang them for me, Andreas? Easy enough. And please be careful with my pictures. Some are very fragile. I would hate to lose them from your carelessness. Think you could hang those papers on the tables I can reach? Okay. That doesn't fit there. There you go. That looks all right. Thank you for hanging those. Just one thing. Remove the cross. Are you sure about that? Don't you gainsay me, boy. Alright, I guess if you're sure. Of course I'm sure. You've done what I asked so far. Why are you balking now? Just do it. I'm assuming she didn't mean for me to hang this note. Remember your husband, the pain he carried, like Job. The red bird flies. Matine's chapter. Where did this note come from, Otelia? No idea. I found it on the table the night before Rothvogel died. I can barely read it. The writing's too fancy. Keep it if you want. It means nothing to me. I've got one last thing for you to do if you're willing. A legal document. I need you to read it. The words are too small for my old eyes, and reading's not so good. I'm not an expert in Bavarian law, but I'll do my best. Good enough for me. Let me see here. Standard introduction, this document shows, etc., etc. This is Guy's handwriting. He made it quite difficult to read. What a surprise. Here we are, the meat of the document. It says, oh, due to the recent death of Ranning Kemper, his lack of heirs to inherit, your inability to pay fees on the land, your property is forfeit to the church. That devil, that monster. This is all the fault of Lorenz Rothvogel. If he were alive, I'd kill him myself. May he boil in hell for all eternity. I think it's time you tell me what happened to the Baron. Ranning, my husband, he caught that Rothvogel devil riding through our property and told him rightly to leave. The Baron beat my Ranning for it, beat him so savagely he took a cane to walk. Even his breath pained him. Never could breathe deep so long as he lived, which wasn't long at all. Good God. The Baron was the worst kind of man, careless and cruel. He knew he could beat my Ranning and suffer no consequences, so he did. We were not even so low as animals to him, we were furniture. And I knew after Ranning died, the church would try and take what little I had left. This document only confirms it. All because of Lorenz Rothvogel. You know, it's a pretty compelling reason for you to have killed him. You said yourself you'd do it if you could. Who's to say you haven't already? Finally, some honesty from you. This was the real purpose of you visiting all along. I'm an old woman, Andreas. Even walking from my bed to the door pains me. How could I kill a man in his prime? Not that it matters. I'm sure I'll take the blame for it anyway. Just like I'm blamed for every runny nose and thrown horseshoe around here. The people in town can't wait for me to die, and the Abbey vultures hate me for my contempt of them. None of it matters. I don't care what happens to me anymore. Thank you for your help, boy. You're the only one who's come calling since my running past. Do you know that? Now get out. I need to lie down. Of course, I'm glad to help. Eat. I need to find someone to eat with. Alright, I'm actually feeling like shit right now, so I'm gonna have to call it here. I gotta call it, chat. God damn.